Pennsylvania, who went on to build the steel that holds up the Twin Towers, the steel that helped us beat fascism through the World War II. Not many people can say that. I come from a small town from a long legacy of working class people, many of who have been left behind by the political establishment time and time again. And in rural Pennsylvania, it's so hard because it feels like you're the only person organizing around this stuff. The only person who wants to fight for Black liberation. The last lynching in all of Pennsylvania was in 1919, almost 100 years ago in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. We have a long legacy of fighting against fascism for Black liberation and liberation of working class people. This moment, as we sit out here, this moment is about us. We have worked so hard this election. Working class people stood together and said we want to eradicate fascism out of our White House. But we know that our work here is not done. There are so many people who have been left behind by the political establishment that will continue to be left behind no matter who is elected. There are Black people who continue to die because they get killed by an oppressive system like policing. There are Latinx people who are being separated from their families. The only publicly funded detention center holds children and toddlers and separates families 7 minutes outside of my congressional district. There are people who are homeless. There are people who lost their health care because of this pandemic, and we cannot leave them behind just because, either way, we can leave them behind. We have to continue to organize and fight for our people and fight for working class values no matter what happens all across the state. Building power to shape the world that you look like is not easy, and it's going to be hard as hell. But we have to continue to be together. We have to continue to be in this moment, and we have to continue to be in this fight if we want to see any concessions from working class. This is what America looks like. These are the people who we should be prioritizing. Your corporations and your high-class donors are not what's important in this moment. It's all of us who knows what it feels like to get left behind and continue to fight for what we need. And we will win what we need only if we do this together.
That's Helen Jim.
So I encourage you to
and that's Rick Krajewski.
And feel this moment, celebrate this, celebrate our democracy. Make sure you get some good rest and clarity and find yourself a political home. Mine is at Chester County Stands Up. Find yourself a political home and continue to do the work because it has to be done. Thank you.
Y'all make some more noise for Nydia Grace. Y'all send her back to Coatesville with some Philly energy. Give it some noise. We need in the coming days. Everybody doesn't have the kind of champions that Nydia is, but in Philly we do. One of those is the top vote getter in city council here in Philadelphia. That's right. She took the city by storm in 2015, did it again, and last year got more votes than anybody else, got as many votes as the mayor. Take that as you will. Put your hands together for Councilmember Helen Kim.
There is so much love in the streets tonight. There's so much love, Philadelphia. Let me hear you. For the last 2 days, 48 hours, these streets have been filled with our joy. These streets have been filled with our love. These streets have been filled with the life of the people who make this city the best damn city in America. I want us to remember what it feels like in this moment. We are on the cusp of an inevitable end to Donald Trump's presidency. grief. We had to dance when we watched children being separated, when we saw our people, our loved ones shot down in streets, and our president mock it. We watched as people had their voting rights taken, as LGBTQ families wondered whether their rights would hold, as young women and daughters asked what the future looks like under this Supreme Court. But still, we danced. We danced for freedom. We danced for our survival. We danced because we are here. I want us to think just for a moment to remember that we stand on stolen land. Here at the Convention Center erased half of Chinatown's land and a third of its housing, and the people fought in Chinatown, and they still rose, and Chinatown is still here. That's the community that I come from. We know the pain of what it feels like to be erased. We know what it feels like to be marginalized. But still, we stand with one another. We built movements that stood up for our children, fought for education, health care, welfare rights, human rights, housing rights, Medicare for all, a Green New Deal.
Good morning, Americas. Good afternoon, Europe. Good evening, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and hello, Antarctica. I'm your host this morning, Touring News. We are combining some video review from last night, some election coverage, some smaller streamers Saturday, and then I need to get out of here by 11:30 a.m. Eastern to get back down to Center City for what is the final Philadelphia IRL live stream of the weekend. I think my voice has changed. How different my my voice feels a lot deeper. It like dropped a couple of octaves. Holy shit, from I guess like being out and shouting all the time. Marcus, thank you so much for the raid yesterday. Thank you really. Wait. Today's Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, you're fucking with me. But today's Saturday. Thank you so much for the raid yesterday. That was amazing. I really appreciate it. We're just gonna finish up. We're gonna finish up watching Helen's speech and then Rick's speech, and then we're gonna look at some election stuff, and then we're gonna open up the video to anybody who may want to join. And then at 11:30, I gotta log off so I can get ready to get down to Independence Hall. Oh, it's a hoof down to Independence Hall. It's probably 3.5 miles to there, 2.5 to Center City, 3.5 to That was Erica? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I saw so is Erica White Trash Socialist? Is that her like personal user handle? Hey, what up, John? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just a person with a camera. You know, all the people that were out there were the ones really doing the movement. So, all right, let's finish up their speeches, and then we'll bring some people on video. We're gonna hang out for like an hour and a half.
And we are not gonna stop, Philadelphia. This moment was never about November 3rd and Donald Trump. This moment was about our future together. So we will rise, people. We are going to rise, Philadelphia, and we are going to show this country that the revolution is ours.
Y'all can make more noise than that. She said the revolution is ours. The revolution is lit. Y'all make some noise for the new state representative for the 188th district, my brother, Rick Krajewski.
All right, the revolution is here. Make some noise. Woo! I want them to hear us. Make some noise. That is right. I gotta say, I am impressed with some of y'all. I have seen some of y'all here since 10 a.m. yesterday. I gotta say. Y'all in this city, we know how to party, right? We know how to party, especially when we are partying for a cause, right? Because we are partying to protect democracy. We are partying to honor the ancestors that have fought, struggled, and died to bring us to this moment. We are partying to honor the lost life of Walter Wallace, right? Make some noise, right? Make some noise if you believe in justice for Walter Wallace, right? Make some noise if you believe in justice for the countless black lives that have been murdered by fascist police. Make some noise if you believe in a future where we abolish prisons, where we abolish ICE, where everyone can be free, no matter your race, your class, your gender, your sexuality. Make some fucking noise so they can hear us. Right? Make some noise. I am so clear that we are gonna win. I know that the world that we believe in is gonna win, right? Right? Your sister knows. She knows we're ready for it, right? All right, let's go. You know what? Let's get right into it, right? We're gonna do this shit now. Okay, so I want y'all to repeat after me, okay? All right. I believe that we will. I believe that we will win. 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 We'll make some noise like you got the victory already. I said make some noise. In that same spirit, let's lift this up. It's important to note the phrase out here that we often recite with each other, that I want to recite with you to remind us of who we are to each other. Somebody say, it's our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but our change. Come on, more. Say, it's a duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to One more time, make it count. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support each other. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our change. We have nothing to lose but our change. When they haven't been said, I hope you feel that in your heart. I hope you feel that in your heart. I hope you recognize the importance of that. We must love.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in today. Hello, Gambit Preachings, Senator G, Memo, Marcus, Arthur, John, Et Spiritus, Droopy, General Gateau, and Vivian Wolf. Hi. A lot of celebrities here. Thank you, Mighty Eyebrows. Thank you, Merci Adele. And thank you, Follow the Water. Facebook just put nearly every American political debate group on post-approval. Want to talk about it? I do. Yeah, let's go for it. I'll give you a call. It is going well. Celebrities, I wish celebrities get paid. I have actually gotten paid this month. It's incredible. This is the most support that I've ever received in a month. At this moment of the month. So I am deeply, deeply grateful. We are going to talk to Crowdsourced Politics in just a moment here. I might leave the video playing in the background as just, you know, something to watch. As long as we're not doing that part. Yeah, we'll play this part for something in the background. Hello, Follow the Water. Thank you for the follow just a few minutes ago. Send me a DM, Crowdsourced. That way I can call you and bring you up. It was a raucous time down in the city. Yeah, I think 20 means 20 seconds. I'm hoping it doesn't mean 20 minutes. Yeah, I see you go on A4s and a lot of other places often, Gambit. Nice, gritty. Yeah, that was not my best move, however, Memo. I mean, right thing to do, but I need to not be acting a fool sometimes. And that was potentially acting a fool. But it was an adrenaline rush, so if nothing else, it felt good for that. I do know your concerns, John. And all that I can say is I booked 1 week in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. So I'm going to D.C. the 18th of January and staying until the 25th of January to protest, cover the protests, cover the inauguration, and you know, do what I can while I'm over there. So I'll be trying to do my part and hopefully not going back to sleep after Biden takes office. Yeah, I get it. You'll meet me there, Freems. I got a place for a week. Yeah, I found an Airbnb. It's an entire place for a week. So, how you doing, Freems? Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. My channel has completely changed this week. I went from being a well, my channel just grew a lot, so I'm really appreciative of everybody that followed my channel and retweeted my stuff and gave all the help this week. It's been amazing. Really has. We are just waiting to be joined by Crowdsourced Politics to talk about some new developments on Facebook. Maggie Muggins, thank you for the follow. You've seen a lot of growth lately too, Freems. Hell yeah. It really helps when Central_Committee raids me with, 2,000 people right when somebody is spitting bars for Philadelphia. So, remember when I was thanking you for helping you reach 1,500 2 weeks ago? Yeah, did you make 2K? Or are you up to 1,700 or so? Well, I don't know. You're going to tell me in a moment, so. Yeah, what are you up to now? For almost 17. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, everybody has been doing well. Left Flank Vets has been getting huge numbers. I've seen you all carrying 100 or 200 viewers, it seems. So yeah, congratulations to everybody that's been putting in the work. Yeah, this is footage from last night. I just have it playing in the background since we're going to be joined by somebody here shortly. Yep, everyone's has been. I'm going live down to the city again today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the final live stream of the week. Tomorrow I need to just sit in the office and download VODs, upload VODs, edit some video, try to make like a super cut or two. Like we've really got so much incredible footage from the past, I don't know, 4 days. Yeah, there's so many good videos that I need to clip out and make something of. You know, this night was amazing. The first live in Philadelphia stream. Then yeah, there's just a lot that I need to make sure turns into something. Kind of beginning here. I do have to go switch my laundry over. It's oh, the DJ. Nice. I'm here, I'm gonna bring this part up. Maverick, I'm going down to Independence Hall. When the DJ was doing the bass drops, it was so good. I don't know if it's here or later. It must be later. Yeah, there's the part that I'm looking for.
You can't hide, no, no, no. You may run, no, no, no. You can't hide, brothers. You can't hide. You can't hide, sisters. You can't hide, no.
That bass was so deep when I was standing right next to all those speakers. Wow, it was I mean, it doesn't come through here, but if you were there, you could feel it. You could feel it bumping through you could feel it bumping through your chest. It was insane. All right, Cypher, I'll be with you in a second here. Oh wow, you're looking sharp. How you doing?
Hey.
All right, I'm gonna get your video on screen in a moment here.
Oh, if you're gonna do that, let me switch over to my phone, phone video, so that it looks better.
Oh, okay. I mean, your video looks great.
All right, 720p it is.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about that kind of stuff. Just give me a second here, and then I'll get your audio working. I'm not going to keep it that large on the screen either, don't worry.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I'm not even looking at the stream right now. Let me go ahead and move over to it, though.
Okay, so with CrowdSourcedPolitics, just a little bit of housekeeping. You said, I think that you said that you gave me a dono yesterday when I was streaming at some point, right?
Yeah, I signed up for you on Patreon.
Okay, all that
under
yeah.
crowdsourced
Yeah.
under the crowdsourced account.
I was just confused because I went looking through donos and I didn't see one, so I just wanted to make sure that it didn't get like lost like in translation.
Oh, okay.
Like that. But yeah, thank you so much for thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, no problem. I should have done it sooner. It's just been busy with shit.
No, I mean everybody has their things that they gotta do. Okay, so first, do you want to tell people who you are? You know, like what your project is that you're working on, and then
Sure.
you know what has been happening with Facebook.
There's been a lot happening on Facebook. We'll get into that. So my name is Anthony Rivera Strain. I am the host and moderator of the CrowdSourcedPolitics podcast. We were a podcast born out of a funky little Facebook community. We try to have an episode live every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. If there's like 5 Tuesdays in a month, it gets pushed back a week. So it'd be like the 3rd and 5th, but that rarely happens. And we just talk about a host of different things. Turing News joined us for our Libya episode. It was a fantastic episode. Thanks again, Turing, for joining us for that. And we just try to cover a variety of topics. Yeah, that's us. We're live with a news show, news roundup every Monday, or mostly every Mondays. And we're going to hopefully do another live Twitch show every other Thursday or so. We're still working out the details. When
Nice.
you're a panel show, it's hard to like get everybody together. So
Yeah, I understand that. Is it on Spotify? Somebody asks.
yes, you can get Crowdsourced Politics pretty much on any streaming service that you have. We're on Spotify. That's the one we share most. We're also developing our own website so that we can direct people to our website, because we're going to do more than just podcasting. We're hopefully going to develop articles and that sort of thing as well.
Wonderful. Yeah. So what's been changing on Facebook? You said that like political groups are yeah. Okay.
Oh. Okay. So last week at about 9 p.m. Eastern, last Saturday, Facebook took down a slew of groups, dozens, hundreds. I don't know how many groups. They ran the political gamut. They were libertarian groups. My group got taken down. Several other groups that my community was tangentially involved in, got taken down. They were taken down, no warning, completely deleted. Couldn't search for them or anything. And then about 2 hours later, they came back up, and then 20 minutes later went back down and said disabled due to some Facebook violation. So it could have been for ours, it was being associated with dangerous people or terrorist groups. Another group said that they were taken down due to hate speech, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. So we're like, what the hell is going on, Facebook? And you know, I'm going to be completely upfront and honest. We did have 2 community violations from admins on our group within the last 2 months. One of them was another admin telling me jokingly to go kill myself after I rebutted his point. Complete joke. Probably shouldn't have said it. Whatever, right? The other one was another admin talking about how the OK sign was co-opted by white supremacists, and he had the little image of the OK white power sign from 4chan, but it was a complete breakdown of how that happened with that as an image. And it wasn't just my group. So there was a couple other groups that are associated, that are part of the Weeds community. The Vox is the Weeds. They have their own they all have their own Facebook group that basically focuses on Weeds episodes or anything Vox related. And so me and this other guy commented on there, and then we both got interviewed by I'm gonna butcher her name, so let me go look at it again. Shirin Gaffrey. We got interviewed by her, and hopefully Recode would be doing an episode on this. Fast forward to today, like hundreds, I'm probably even thousands of groups related to American politics had their groups put on forced post approval. Now, Facebook announced either yesterday or the day before that they were going to add more friction to the sharing of information. They did not mention that they were going to put groups on post approval. They mentioned that they would, have people push additional buttons to share info. And this is their effort in order to slow down the spread of disinformation. But every single Facebook group that I'm in that has anything to do with American politics whatsoever got hit with this.
Wow.
Meanwhile, 2 international debate groups that I'm in that have a bunch of people, basically has like Pakistanis and Indians like arguing against each other, spreading like propaganda on the other side. Another one is Azerbaijan and Armenia. Like these, anything that pops up internationally, you're gonna have international people coming into these groups and like basically spreading disinformation about that. They're fine. They're up. They're running. No problems. So that is what's going on with Facebook. In my opinion, Facebook is going to be trying to become the LinkedIn of social media. Whereas instead of it being professional, it's basically all cat memes. And if you're not an official political or official news page, and you're not on your friends list, you're not going to be able to talk about politics as freely in general on the platform. That's where I'm thinking they're going with it.
Damn, sorry, my video froze here. Well, this is what happens when 3 companies rule the world. Yeah, damn, that sucks. Because I know that you all were very active on Facebook. Yeah,
we started. I mean, you gotta understand, like from my perspective, I know I don't look it, but I'm 35, so I was on Facebook as one of the first people on Facebook. When it was still like only college kids could, with an official college email address, could be on there. And I see some people in the chat, Kalinsky warned us about this and everything like that. And I agree to a certain extent. At the same time, I personally, like, this is just me. I'm not representing my panel here, so I'm talking for myself. I don't 100% have an issue with it. I just wish that it would be more forthcoming. And I want to see Facebook, split up. I don't want to see it on Instagram. I don't want to see them on WhatsApp. I don't want to see them own Oculus. And I don't want to see like them have this much power. I just personally don't really have an issue with Facebook doing these kind of things as an idea. It's just the way they're going about it. And it's not because they just hit me. It's because it's being algorithmically driven, and that isn't any way to run a social media platform like at all. You can't do that. There's too much nuance in language that computers still can't pick up on. I know that you can type into Grammarly and then you send them an analysis and it'll be like, oh, you're trying to sound this way. And you're like, yes, I am. But it can't tell if you're trying to sound that way and be serious, or if you're trying to sound that way and joke. It can't tell if you're, spreading actual fake news, or if you're asking a question about the spreading of fake news. It can't do these things.
Yeah. I realize that my brain doesn't really work anymore some days. Today it's just...
Well, you were out late last night, so...
Kind of fuzzy. I'm going to read Vivian's comment, and then I'm going to try to, see if I have, an opinion on this. Vivian said, have you considered this could be the same thing as YouTube when they banned a slew of white supremacists, and a bunch of researchers and lefty creators got hit too because the algorithm picked up... Oh, jeez. 1 second. This is somebody. I gotta take the call. No worries. I'm streaming. What's up?
Oh, sorry, dude. I just saw a tweet by Trump saying that there's a press conference in Four Seasons at 11:30.
Okay.
So I might go down there for that. I don't know what these crazy people are gonna do, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to make it. All right. I'll see you soon.
General got to. I think that's partly correct. It's shareholder value being followed there, in my opinion. Americans care about this shit. Most other countries really don't. And Americans own the majority of Facebook stock. So, gotta do what the shareholders want, right? So,
if it is, so even if Viv is right, that it's, that they did just get picked up and everything, this is, so I was just on a panel about free speech, censorship, algorithms, tech monopolies, and so forth. And as more things like this happen, I end up doubling down and kind of solidifying myself into thinking I don't really like these companies deciding to do much, if any, censorship, just because I kind of think that it gets to a lot of places where people they're not necessarily going to be taken down per se, but they're going to be thinking about what they say in order not to be taken down. And that's
Oh,
kind
no,
of
sure.
yeah, and that's kind of where I'm thinking. This part of the stream last night, they played Rage Against the Machine. Oh, jeez. And were you there for that part?
I was watching.
They they were playing Rage Against the Machine, the MAGA people, and the cops are protecting them. I couldn't this part, it had me flabbergasted. And I think I was a little too confident talking to the cops here. But it was just shocking to me that was what they were doing. Yeah, they were playing Killing in the Name of. And what I don't know what they were doing. But back to the Facebook thing. I don't like it. I mean, I just try to sit in my little corner and hope that nothing happens to me. But one of these days.
Oh no, I don't like it either, and it would really be better for everybody if they just hired actual moderators for this kind of thing. Maybe similar to what Twitch is doing. I'm not big on Twitch. I watch Twitch videos. We try to be live once a week. But as far as being like integrated into the Twitch community with the whole content moderation or the little thing they put up with those streamers, that might be the better way to go about it. The journalist that I talked to from Vox, she had told me that this is something that Facebook has brought up, but I've never heard of it. That could just be because my group isn't ginormous. It isn't 100,000 plus people, so they might just be looking at groups like that for those kind of things in that regard. But yeah, I don't know how much better Facebook could go about it, because they're caught between like two polar extremes. You have on like the quote unquote right, they don't actually give a shit about. Oh, I'm sorry. Is cursing?
It's okay.
Frowned upon?
No.
All right. They don't actually care about censorship. They themselves don't want to be censored, but they have a point where they're like, well, just don't censor anything, right? So you have people that are on like the far right and far left that are saying, hey, no content moderation, except for like child porn or whatever. And then you have people that are like kind of more in the middle. I'm like, no, we have to slow down the spread of disinformation because you have people that lie, and lies spread quicker than the truth does. And you have all these people that are just looking at headlines and being like, well, yeah, of course the Democrats are stealing the election. President Trump told me so. And and the liberal media elites and like all this crap. And so like there's got to be some way to thread that needle. And I just don't know how it's possible.
Yeah, this is why I end up being one of those far left people of, pretty much just keep the child porn off. And I've had this for a long time. No, that's all. I don't have anything else to say. This is kind of where I'm at, and I know that it's dangerous to be there. However, I think that it's dangerous to continue to have tech platforms decide the censorship or decide, what is and isn't allowable. So it's
all dangerous. Yeah. That's the problem.
It's I don't know. If you were a Facebook exec, how would you try to go about it?
I was a Facebook exec. Like I said, I would probably try to have like some sort of panel, or tell the shareholders, hey, you're just not going to get as big of a dividend. We need to hire like 2,000 moderators to actually go through and actually check our content, unlike what they're doing now, which has just been like report, quickly look over, people having to look through thousands of puppy smash videos in order to like, getting PTSD, trying to actually moderate this kind of content.
Yeah, that's another part of it too. I want to ask Vivian a question if you're still out there. Do you worry, Vivian, that your videos are going to get taken down because you talk so much about white supremacist movements or extremist movements, or so forth? So, hi, Vivian. Yeah, if you want to, okay. Yeah, you are concerned about it. See, and that's where, yeah, I think
I've been on a panel with you before, Vivian, so good to see you again.
Yeah, it's all that I can do is just say, hey, we probably shouldn't be doing these moderations, and hope that I get in a decent position by the time that my channel gets moderated.
Jeez, this is it's just so difficult with all this stuff. I mean, I hear you all, and I side with you and Vivian more than I don't. I'm just super worried about the breakdown of social trust in general. We did a whole episode on it. I wouldn't say it's our best episode, but it's pretty good. It's pretty informative, anyways. And social media in general is really breaking down social trust within countries due to the siloing of different people into factions and camps. We had this issue in the US around the 20s with print media to a degree. And the only thing that basically kept it from taking off is just because the reach wasn't as bad. You had it within states. You know, you had like the New York, in New York State, there was maybe like 5 or 6 newspapers that everyone read. But that reach didn't get much beyond the East Coast. You know, it got maybe to the point of North Carolina, and that was it. And then you had other regional things. So the amount of factionalization that happened was not nearly as big.
The thing that we're really going to have to, this is only slightly off topic, but it's somewhat related. Something that we're going to need to talk about very soon about this whole like silo thing is there were 70 million people that voted for Donald Trump.
Yep.
More than any other presidential candidate ever, aside from Biden. You know, okay, so Biden has more, but yeah, that's more than voted for Obama, more than voted for Clinton. 70 million people.
More than voted for Trump in 2016
by a lot.
Roughly what 2 million people?
I think it's even more than that.
Maybe, yeah. Last time I looked, it was like 1.5 or something.
Did Trump get in 2016?
Population grew as well.
Not much. True. Not by much.
The voting age population didn't grow nearly as much. People typically don't start voting until the age of 24.
Okay, so this is about to get scary. Trump got 62,984,000 votes. Yeah. So he got 8 million more votes.
So let's be generous and say that like 30 or 40% of those are just people that aged into voting.
Fair. So yeah, so he picked up, that would still be 5 million more, 5.5 million more.
And there was a lot of activation in the QAnon community with this as well, with people that had not been politically active whatsoever their entire lives. They latch onto QAnon because of Save the Children, and they're like, oh, looks like Trump is actually stopping pedos. Look at all this stuff that I'm just now seeing. I'm like, yeah, it's because you haven't been paying attention for the last 20 years, dude. Like, these raids happen like clockwork every 2 years almost. It takes a while to raid pedo rings because you have to actually gather evidence, which sucks.
Yeah, you're cracking me up calling it QAnon. I just heard everybody say QAnon, and it's just I like your enunciation of it.
Yeah, QAnon is probably the better pronunciation, but that's all right.
No, I stick with the way that you do it. It's gonna make me giggle every time.
QAnon.
Yeah, you know, I talked about I've lightly hinted to my community many times over the past like 20 months. They all know that I'm pretty staunchly in defense of free speech. And I know it becomes a meme in a lot of places, you know, free speech and all this kind of stuff. And then like people say, well, I have right-wing people come in all the time and they're like, well, you tie me out in this and so forth. And it's, you know, I am like slightly contradictory about it in one sense, but in the other sense, like this is my area. So it's not, you can still watch, you just can't comment. So it's not like they get banned from being able to not see it. But this is going to be a very tenuous conversation over the next year or 2 years, I would say. It's going to be interesting what Twitter does with Trump's account when he's not the president anymore. You know, are they gonna ban him? Is he gonna be able to stay on the platform? You know.
Well, of course he's gonna be able to stay on the platform. He brings in millions of people to watch his tweets.
I don't know.
They're not gonna outright ban him.
Yeah, you would. I think that I would agree with you. They did ban Bannon, but Bannon's not as big as Trump is.
Yeah, and Bannon's an out and out racist with syphilis. So
I think Trump's gonna. I've said many times. I think Trump is gonna buy One American News Network.
oh yeah, or he's gonna have a program on there at least.
Yeah.
They were talking about Trump TV like before the election, before he won. So everything that is old is new again. Conservative TV never dies.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of things to be concerned about this, especially, and what I say to people in stream very often is many people that view channels don't know what it feels like to know that your life is tied to not getting banned off of platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And not oh, the guest is CrowdSourcedPolitics. We'll do a shout out for him in a little bit. But yeah, like my livelihood is tied to being able to cover anything that I want to cover. Whether that is a conflict in the Middle East, whether that is a conflict in the United States, or so forth. So I have ended up kind of being pushed further to not wanting much censorship because of just that fear in the background of like, well, my channel could get taken down. And on Twitch, a lot of times, you don't even get any kind of notice as to why you get taken down. It's just like you did something, and then the review process is terrible. It takes forever to find out like what was happening. And I don't have any good solutions to it either. Somebody just said I'm not seeing any good solution to the moderation on social media. I think I just spotted the cop from the other night that tried to say you were starting shit by asking about body cameras. Oh yeah, there were a couple of them that were starting to not like me, but whatever.
How dare the media keep us accountable?
Yeah, I have two recognizable of a face mask.
Keep rockin'.
Oh damn! Thank you, Wicked Supreme, for a $10 donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wear a face mask that's the map of the parks out in the West Coast, and I think it's kind of recognizable to the fuzz. Plus, I'm tall with a backpack and blonde hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Philly has been a mood over the past 72 hours.
It looks like it.
I have to go get a COVID test. We're gonna find out if these things do spread COVID or not. I'm gonna go get a test on Tuesday, and if I didn't get COVID, then I'll have learned a lot. If I did get it, I'll be like, well, all right, I'll have learned that way too. So yeah, I think I'll be going Monday or Tuesday. How many days does it take?
Incubation can be up to 14. It's usually 10.
Oh, geez. Well, so I got some. Then yeah, we'll just have to see.
The rapid ones can detect it sooner, but they're less reliable.
Well, I wore 3 masks, so do you think I was okay?
Oh, I don't honestly, with it being outdoors and the vast majority of people masked up, even though you're bumping into people, as long as you didn't touch your eyes, you should be all right. Honestly,
I probably did, but
yeah, like the spread happens mostly indoors from people not wearing masks because it gets recirculated, and so it's just constant exposure. With people walking around, every time you walk near somebody, you're getting less exposure than you would be sitting down at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, video ended. I'll have to bring a different one up. What are the Disco Red? I'll try to catch your link here at some point. What are the other upcoming projects you have soon? With what shows are you doing?
So we're probably gonna end up talking about what I just talked about with you and social media in general, because it hit us basically twice. We got taken down, like I said, last week completely. Our community was starting to grow. I had just sent out a survey to people asking them how we could do better. We had a 10% response rate, which is amazing with these things. You're lucky if you get 2%. So that was like mind blowing how much people actually responded to our little survey. And yeah, so we're probably show-wise, we're probably going to do something like that. We're going to talk about Biden's first 100 days, just because, I mean, it's not, it's not 100% the Biden wins, knock on wood, but he's winning. Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to cover his next 100 days. We have our news roundups every Monday. And hopefully going to do some sort of, I'm thinking on Thursdays, we'll do something along the lines of like Take Two, where two of us will talk about a topic that we either covered before or getting a second look at. So
Nice. Yeah. Did you hear that I said I booked a place in DC for the week of the inauguration?
I did. Good for
So,
you, man.
Yeah, I wanted to book it quickly when it was cheap. So, you know, I got a place. I think I got 7 nights for $500, like an entire.
Dude.
You know, it's an entire place to myself.
Awesome.
It has a kitchen. It has Wi-Fi. So, I'm really looking forward to being able to go over. I mean, DC is just it's a beautiful city too. The fact that there's no skyscrapers, you know, it's very walkable. It's really camera friendly. It should be a good week of being able to go protest, you know, the first 100 days, you know, the inauguration and so forth. Somebody said, hello, Ridvan. Masks protect others more than you, but do help you somewhat. If I changed, showered once I got home, and washed hands when I did. Yeah, I did. I did all that. So, hopefully, I mean, I hadn't been in public since March. And then, wait, Trump tweeted that he won just now. Can you link the tweet?
Oh, God. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm not so sure about the not censoring thing, because Trump tweeting that he won is going to get spread all over Facebook, like right now. And it's a lie.
I
The
won this
president's still
election
lying.
by a lot.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that one right there. I'm leaving America. I saw that tweet. That's been going around. I'm pretty sure it's people trolling, but it's funny. Become an immigrant to own the libs.
What a Oh my goodness, it's comical. I won this election, comma, by a lot. Shouldn't that actually be should it be an Oxford comma? Or no? I can't tell.
It could be a semicolon.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, semicolon. Wow, what a guy. Let me say hello to people. Hello, Rain. How are you? There were some amazing speeches by Helen Gim and Rick Krajewski down in Philly last night. I also just to kind of like chill for myself a little bit here, everybody. I am going live to Philadelphia to another labor movement and labor protest today, as well as a count the vote and so forth. So today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live broadcasting again from Philadelphia down near Independence Hall. What time is it? I still have my computer in West Coast time. It's 10:45 a.m. Okay. My stream was on a protest aggregate on D Live yesterday. Oh, nice. Cool. You might have an influx of well, I pissed off the MAGAs that were out yesterday too. So, well. The environment of the elections was competitive and fraught. The ability of voters across the country to access the vote in less than ideal circumstances and amplifies the democracy. I mean, I think that if somebody had an election like we had in another country, we would be saying that it was a bad election. Just with all the information that went around.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up. Okay. Damn, so what is he doing? Oh, jeez. I guess he's having some kind of press conference around, or somebody's having a press conference in Philadelphia at the Four Seasons Hotel or something in the near future at like 11:30 this morning. So do you think are they gonna bring your page back up, or is it
I don't know. The reporter from Recode mentioned my page specifically when they went to Facebook for comment. This was, double check the date. This was November 2nd. So yeah, this was on Monday. So they reached out to Facebook for comment on that Monday about it, and Facebook didn't give them a clear answer. So she had told me, don't be surprised if your page comes back up, since I mentioned it directly, but it hasn't yet. My guess, there's two possibilities with this. One is that like I said earlier, Facebook might be trying to sanitize a lot more, and that's where I think it might be going. Another one is that everything could go away in a week or two once things die down in the country, and they're less likely to get complained to about misinformation spread and that sort of thing. And there was somebody in the chat earlier that was like, LOL at being still on Facebook. Fair, but then again, it's wrong. Got to realize it's wrong. A lot of people use Facebook to kill time at work, or use it from their work laptops or whatever else like that. And unlike Reddit and a bunch of these other places, Facebook is not blocked, mainly because people use it to communicate with their family and stuff like that. So the communities that you see developing on Facebook tend to be older because of that, rather than Discord or these other things where they're still blocked. While I was deployed overseas in Afghanistan, Facebook was active. I couldn't get on Reddit unless I was in my own room and I was working 12-hour days. So that's something to consider when talking about, quote unquote boomer town, is that these other places are blocked.
Yeah, people that don't understand the value of Facebook just haven't thought outside of the box enough. I am not active on Facebook, and it's one thing that I actually kind of like kick myself in the ass for. But I've said many times, we need to get into as many different spheres where people hang out as possible to share information. And if you just write Facebook off, then the people that are going to be on there are going to be either spreading the disinformation, like you said, or maybe like a more liberal message or so forth. So, yeah, I think it's I think it's very important. Hey, Jag Mordo, if you're going to talk about a peace deal and there's only 3 countries in the peace deal, you should be able to know all 3 of them. And then you should also do a little bit more research that it's mostly to sell weapons. And Sudan had to bribe the United States to get out of the sanctions. And the Sudanese people are protesting against it. And the Palestinians are still kept in Gaza. And we can go on and on and on. But go back and do more research and then come back and we can talk someday. Yeah, we just sold 50 F-35s to the United Arab Emirates. It's mostly a containment policy to further, have power around Iran and so forth. So just do your research and then come back.
Well, and don't do it on Google without being in incognito mode, because you'll get just shown stuff that you want to see yourself.
Interesting. Yeah, what news sources do you use? That's actually, I guess, like a decent question.
Let's see. Vox, NPR, PBS, like for regular news, for not opinion stuff, I use NBC, CBS, like all the major news networks for that. I typically stay away from CNN. I'll use Fox sometimes to see what the conservatives are saying. National Review for a fair-minded conservative opinion. I don't go to any of the Trumper areas, so I don't use Breitbart. I troll the hell out of PragerU, and I have been doing that before it was cool. And international news, I try to go BBC. Al Jazeera English is still great. Love Al Jazeera, even though they have issues. And that's pretty much it. I don't really go to places like Democracy Now! Too much. That's my liberalism coming out. They're great. You want to hear the leftist opinion? It's a fantastic source. They're pretty unbiased when it comes to actual reporting. I just don't visit as much. Don't really do anything that has either truth or daily in the name, unless I know that they're pretty well established. That became a rule for me in like 2010, because there was too many fake news sites going up with those names. So I just cut them out completely. Yeah, the Unicorn Riot's fantastic. I plus props for that one too.
I need to reincorporate some more. I'm feeling that I don't want to get into a bubble of like just reading the same stuff over and over again. So, it's kind of like lifting. I have to change up my routine every couple of months to make sure that I'm like, getting information from a lot of different sources. At least for me.
Yeah. We tried to curate a pretty diverse community. I actually did some basic NPS, Net Promoter Score stuff on it, so we know basically where our members view us. We're moderate to left of center as a group, but we tried to have people from the conservative side in the group and actually participate. So we try not to curate a bubble.
Yeah, it's tough to. Well, is there anything else that you want to share before I maybe jump off here, and then I'm not sure what I'm really doing next, but
no, just I'll just tell you, if they do deplatform you, our website is open to you. So
oh, wow.
if you need a place to share videos or articles or whatever, hit me up when we get it up and running. Well, hit me up beforehand, but we're hoping to have it up within a month. Knock on wood.
Yeah, I mostly think that I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know. You never know, because you never know. Like, when are they going to change terms of service and so forth? It's very hard for me to stream on YouTube because I do like analysis of videos, and they don't like that.
Yeah.
So that kind of gets taken down pretty quickly. You can't play any music on YouTube, like, so the it's getting narrower and narrower what streamers are allowed to do. But yeah, we just have to
copyright.
Yeah, and kind of just have to stay in the fight, I think. Yeah, tell people about the podcast one more time, where they can find it on Spotify and so forth. Drop some links in, and then
yeah,
I'll see you soon.
So just to reiterate, I am Anthony Rivera Strain, also known as Cypher Noob. I am the host and moderator of the Crowdsourced Politics podcast show. We've been streaming or been podcasting for just over a year now, and we cover a variety of topics, social, political, philosophical, with an American bent. You can find us at crowdsourcedpolitics.org. Right now, it's just holding our podcast, but it will soon hold articles and other things as we branch out. You can find us on Spotify and pretty much any other podcast aggregate, YouTube, not YouTube, anything but YouTube. We don't have our YouTube videos up as much. We're there, but it's just got our Twitch streams on it right now. But Apple, Google, Player FM, etc.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you ever do like an extremist episode, you should definitely reach out to Vivian, for sure.
Will do. We had kind of one, but we do definitely need to do a follow up. That one is called the Alt-Right, a Know Nothing Party Redux. It's like episode 6. The audio is funky because the guest we had on was having internet troubles, so they would go like every minute or so. So it's a little hard to listen to, but it is up.
Yeah, Vivian would be an incredible person to have on for sure. So thank you for all your time. Thank you for being a longtime friend of the channel, and thank you for the Patreon sub. Thank you for inviting me on the show. Hopefully you can invite me on again for something sometime soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
If you're going to be doing one, if you do one about like the monetary system, or like global econ, or any of this kind of stuff, I'd be really happy to jump in with something like that. I've been itching to go on somebody's show to be able to talk about some of those things. So
I'll hit you up, dude.
All right, have a wonderful day. Thank you. All right, that was Cypher of Crowdsourced Politics. Yeah, press conference in Philly at 11:30 a.m. I can't make it there in time, sadly. Thank you for the follow, J1B. Thank you for the follow, Jag Mordo. I did see you ask a question. What was the reason for the second intifada? I mean, when you get treated like animals, when you get told that you have to have paperwork to move across a territory, when you don't have electricity, when you don't have clean water, when you're not allowed to go fishing, when you have settlements being built in your region. You know, there's a lot of reasons to revolt. Last night was great. Been locked down in the UK for nearly 6 months. Put a smile on your face. Well, then you should all check in later today when I go down to Philadelphia. I will be live in the city in 2 hours. Yeah, in 2 hours' time, I will be live in Philadelphia once again for the final live stream of the week. There was something I wanted to say. The fuck was it? Thank you, Resonancy. Thank you, Edrost. Oh, that's what it was. If I apply for Twitch partner and get accepted as a Twitch partner, could I then cancel my partnership but keep the check mark? Or do you have to stay in your partner contract to keep the check mark? I know that this is a very, probably not many people know this question, or the answer to this question. Yeah, Mix Vivian, let's shout yourself out too, because you do great work. You probably lose the partnership. I figured. Yeah, the check mark. Oh, you're right. True. Yeah, Destiny. Yeah, Destiny did lose his. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Fair. Well, then there goes that idea. I thought it would be nice to have the to try the pink check mark. Oh, damn. Sheepdog TV is training with his unit right now. Talk to you offline? Okay. Sheepdog is out training with his Boogaloo boys. I would love to see a battle between Vivian and Supreme sometime. Thank you so much for the dono, Supreme. Yeah, it's live on Twitch. Yeah, it's he's doing some kind of live broadcast about it now. All right. What else do I want to say today? I'm going to go over a few of the, the happenings. If anybody, to give a little cryptocurrency update, my Chainlink investment is doing well. If you've been paying attention to the channel anytime lately, you know that I've been on the link pill train for a little while. And I am doing well with it. You just sold all your ETH? Yeah, I mean it's very high at the moment, isn't it? Ethereum is up to, yeah, I mean, I understand why you did it. I am not selling anything that I have for a very long time. That is my Belize and nest egg money. So hopefully that'll take me to it. How long is a long time? 5 years, 6 years. My first retirement. I don't intend to sell anything until kind of like my middle-aged retirement. Just recoup the initial investment. Yeah, I've got some thoughts about when I'll sell, like maybe like a tiny bit. But my portfolio of crypto at the moment is about 90% Chainlink, 10% Bitcoin. Which I cannot recommend that people do, but that is what I've done. So again, though, don't listen to me. I don't have a lot of Bitcoin. I have a lot more Link than I have Bitcoin. All right, let's take a peek if any counts came across. Arizona's up to 95% reporting. All right, I'm really not seeing Trump coming back in Arizona. He's only got... he's got Pinal County, but that should be mitigated by Maricopa and Pima. So those two should be a wash. Yeah, I don't really see Trump being able to come back in Arizona. I never really saw him being able to come back in Nevada either. Oh, I've heard about this site. Chameleon Eyes don't. That's probably not a good thing to do. That's probably not a good thing to do. Do I think there's actually a future in crypto, a completely faith-backed currency with no central body? I don't want to go entirely down like a rabbit hole, but I'll try to give like some little thoughts here. The one that I am mostly invested in is more of a, I mean, in very simple terms, it's a smart contract. It's a way that two parties can agree to terms of a contract without having to use notaries, without having to use old pen and paper contracts, without one party being able to monopolize their power over another party. So Chainlink, in the simplest of terms, is a mathematically backed and based smart contract system that requires data inputs into oracles. When enough oracles have been filled and two parties can agree to the terms of the contract, then it gets solidified in the node of Chainlink. Then when whatever parameters are hit for either one party or the other party, that's when the payment pays out or the contract pays out. So I don't exactly consider Chainlink to be cryptocurrency. I consider it to be a financial technology innovation piece that as we move further and further into a digitized community, a lot of people are going to want smart contracts rather than old contracts. However, do I think that there is any room for a cryptocurrency that isn't central bank backed? I'm hoping that it's a way of like democratization of money or anarchism of money, either way that you want to kind of look at it, outside of the ability to just fiat it, outside of the ability to just run it on debt, outside of the ability to run it on credit. It seems to be that at least Bitcoin has already crossed like the threshold of being self-sustaining, that it will fluctuate in price. It'll go down, it'll go up. But because there are so many capitalists around the world, and because many people view it as an asset or as an investment, I think that there is going to be, it'll go down to a certain point, but then people will FOMO, and they'll be like, all right, well, it's going to go back up again. Now, I don't know, is it going to be actually used for payment transfers? Are they ever going to cross that threshold where it's not just something you hold and it's something you actually begin to use? That is a very good question. And that one will take more time. How about that affiliate link? Oh, all that I have is, I can give you Coinbase. So if you buy $100 worth of crypto, you can get 10 free Bitcoin, or 10, yeah, oh geez, not 10 free Bitcoin, sorry. You can get $10 of free Bitcoin, and I get $10 of free Bitcoin. Am I an anarchist? I am not. I am not. But I do like, I do like trying to take power away from central banks. So I am definitely not a central banker. Sarah Kim, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. If some people want to help me on social media, I do have a Twitter and I do have a YouTube. All right, so what am I looking at here? Monty. I don't think I can do it tomorrow. I have been too swamped. I think we'll do the next show next Sunday, if that's okay with everyone. My brain is just fried and I need a day to edit videos from Philly. I did hear about that, Larry Weird. Hello from Spain. Nice to see you. Okay, so 23 minutes ago, there's 173,000 votes remaining in Arizona. Let me do this so you can see all of it. 173,000 votes remaining. Trump is averaging 55.7%. Oh my God. Arizona is going to come down tight. Damn. Wow. Holy shit. That is going to be... Oh man, that makes me nervous. Nevada. Yeah, okay, so Nevada, it doesn't... There doesn't seem to be really any room. North Carolina. So Biden's not coming back in North Carolina, it seems. Can you share the link to the site? Yes. What county is left in Arizona? Yeah, I tried to look at that on CNN. It's got to be this county. Pinal County. 86% still, or 86% reported. So Trump's going to pick up big here. But then there's still 5% from Maricopa, 5% from Pima, 7% from Santa Cruz, 5% from Coconino, and a lot from Apache. So I don't... Oh, well, Trump is going to pick up a bunch here, though. It's going to be tight. Wow, it's going to be tight. I don't know, OIN. Is Pennsylvania close? I'll go over to it in just a moment. Is that really your Twitch name? Can you change your Twitch name and just be mature? My goodness. I'm about to ban you just because I don't want to have to read that name. It's 2020, everybody. And you're on a political channel. Do you not care about impressions that your names make with people? Thank you, Bad Hoss. Yeah, I don't really think Pennsylvania is all that close. Alright, well, just come back on your other account. Or make a new account and come back on it and tell me that that was your old name. I don't have any need for that to be in my channel. Biden is up 28,000. And there's still, yeah, I don't really see there being any way for Don T to come back in this one here. Arizona is not in the 254 count. If Biden wins PA, it's a wrap. Yeah, if he takes Pennsylvania, nothing else matters. It is 11:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. I don't have too much more to say at the moment. I'm excited next week. Oh, geez, my green screen's all off. I'm excited next week to be able to get back to doing economics coverage, international news coverage, and so forth. Will Biden get 300? It's possible. What time? It's 11:13. Damn, I need to charge some of my technology. I need to get ready to get down to Center City, Philly. So I'm gonna have to have a very, very short stream. I'm sorry, but it's because I'm going down to Philly. We are going to raid Denims, who I've known for a long time. Known her for about a year and a half now, probably. She just recently came back onto the platform, and it seems that today is her birthday. So, why not give a birthday wish? This seems to be a good opportunity to. I do have a political ideology. I mostly describe myself as, I think Bernie Sanders had a very good platform to run on in the United States, and with me having an interest in either advising for somebody's campaign or running my own campaign, my platform would be very, very similar to Senator Sanders. I might try for a $20 minimum wage instead of his. I might push nuclear energy a little bit more than he did. I might be anti-military a bit more than he was. I'm probably anti-CIA, NSA, FBI more than he is. However, if you go through Bernie's policies, you're going to find that I very align with what I think is actionable policy right now in the United States. You're asking some unique questions, Ice Krieg. Be careful, because you're on thin ice. Okay. I will see you all in about an hour and a half, if you want to hang out down at Independence Hall in Philadelphia. And we are going to give Denims a happy birthday. No habla español. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon.